Welcome back to Between the Takes. I am here with Joe Kenney. This dude is incredible as a pianist. If you have followed anything with the Futon sessions or anything for the studio, you have seen this man show up probably, I think, 2 times so far.
Yeah, 2 times with other groups and then another time for me.
Yeah, 3rd time now. 3rd time, and honestly, like, I feel like I get a different taste of your playing every time you're here, because the first time you were here, it was with our good friend Kozer for a Tiny Desk submission, and your playing just matched her style, which is very like indie and not I don't even know what genre to say, but like it's eclectic, I feel like. And then you came on with Abby Lee only just a couple weeks ago, and now getting to hear your stuff, it's not quite. It's just like almost like just classical twists on things, I feel like, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I was trained classically, and so that's my first kind of knowledge base of piano. So like even when I was kind of exploring improvisation early on, a lot of that was based in understanding the theory of the classical pieces I was doing. Got into some jazz later, and I just love every style. So I do pride myself on my versatility. Working with Kozer is great, such a great artist. Same thing with Abby, very different, maybe more bluesy, whereas Kozer might be more indie, soul, but both genre-bending artists. And I love to be able to try to match what each composition, what each piece, what each artist needs. Mm-hmm. And then for me, when it's my own stuff, you know, I can essentially do what I want, especially if no one knows the tunes yet. So use that improvisational skill to cover up some imperfections, so no one knows.
I wouldn't even call it imperfections. I just call it character. I mean, you had 2 covers that you actually did on the sessions. You did what were the names of the 2 of them again?
Yeah, I did Deal by Grateful Dead, and I did Man Child by Sabrina Carpenter.
That in itself shows your versatility and diversity in your music and what you like to play. Because I would never put a Sabrina Carpenter song in the same room as a Grateful Dead song.
Yeah, it's definitely different ends of the spectrum. But for me, it's just like both songs are equally catchy to me. I mean, like they're pertinent. In my life right now, you hear the Sabrina Carpenter song all over. And I also play in several different Grateful Dead combinations too. So like, it just kind of runs the gamut of everything that I'm involved in, and if I like it, I'll listen to it. I'll try to play it, and both cool tunes.
Yeah, no, both of them were a lot of fun to listen to, and honestly, you could have convinced me that you would come up with them yourself with how like much of a different twist you had put onto them. It was so much fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I sometimes go into like different unintentional medleys and mashups of tunes based on like. You know, a lot of popular songs have similar chord progressions, and especially the Sabrina Carpenter one is a 3-chord song. So it's like...
it gives you room to play.
Yeah, work in idioms of different genres, and I also try to pull in different relevant songs, too, and make a little bit of a medley.
Nice. With most of your solo stuff, I'm assuming you try to like run just solo you on piano. Do you ever bring in other instruments when you're performing?
Yeah, so I have a collective named after me called Joe Kenney Band, and a lot of it, the compositions start with me creating on the piano and then creating charts after that and then expanding the parts, and I work with a lot of great players who improvise and can really add a lot to my composition. So the collective is basically, we call ourselves jazz fusion, but a lot of it's neoclassical too and inspired by cinematic stuff too. So a lot of times features a saxophone player and then drums, bass, and sometimes a guitarist, working on more things that are orchestral and string oriented and have some different things lined up for that in the near future. So always looking to expand, always looking to challenge myself to try something different.
Yeah. And I said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again now because we're on camera, but your original song, you did 2 covers and then the original was, it felt a lot, maybe it was just because of the piano aspect, but it felt a lot like a Studio Ghibli movie, cinematic, like soundtrack, which was a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot of fun to listen to, a lot of fun to like move the camera to it to try and make it feel like a movie almost of you playing.
Yeah, yeah, that's so appreciated because it's obviously high praise because I've heard a lot of good things about Studio Ghibli. I haven't seen too much of it myself, but you also played some of the music for me, and I do see the overlap, and so it's such a compliment. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And the album's actually called the Improvised Cinematic Piano Sessions, so it does fit the bill of you trying to create some cool cinematic shots, and I love your work, and I appreciate you enhancing it in that way, man.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. When does that album come out, by the way? It's not out yet, right?
Not yet. It's coming out September 19th, so right around the corner.
Yeah.
And it'll be coming out to all streaming platforms, and I'm working on CDs and vinyl for it too.
That'll be sick.
Yeah.
That might be something I might have to scoop one of the vinyls for.
Okay, I love that.
Actually, if I look at the calendar correctly, it came out today. The day that this interview comes out, the album should be out. So make sure you go check it out. You could pause this, go listen to it, and come back, or finish this and then go listen to it. We're gonna have links down in the description as well for you guys to find it. But that's awesome. Like the how many songs are gonna be on the project?
Yeah, so it's a 12-track album, and as the album title suggests, they're all one-take improvisations. I had general ideas. I went to record on a grand piano, and I just kind of went, and it all worked out really well. Everything was done in one take, and I'm really happy with how it came out. And I think everyone will dig it. So definitely check it out when you get a chance.
That one take aspect is insane to me. How did you kind of prepare for that?
Yeah, so that's something that's tough. It's tough to. I want to keep it flowing and natural and not over thought out. So part of it's just the process, and the process is I improvise on camera, on recording every day. I'm trying to build my social media channel, so I'm practicing, like, quote unquote, under pressure, or at least with the cameras on, every day, some sort of improvisation. I'll do YouTube live, I'll create my affirmations and piano videos, and I will record live every day. So in that sense, that helps strengthen my poise for when I practice it live. But then I will internalize through those live practice sessions a couple themes or motives that I really like, and that I might write down a key or a quick progression that I want to dive into, and everything else is practice. It's practice of scales, it's the theory, it's knowing how to weave in and out of different keys, and and then it's just giving my best effort. And thankfully when I recorded the session, it came out all really well, I think. So yeah, that was kind of the process for it.
I'm really excited to hear it now, because the improvisation, I love the idea of it, especially because it you're never going to make a take like that again. So you get to hear something that is absolutely unique and absolutely incredible from the sounds of it. So I'm excited to hear that. That's a cool way of doing it. Having like that base idea as you're going in, it gives you a little bit of breathing room, so you don't have to come up with every aspect in the moment.
Yeah. So it's good to sound spontaneous, not over-engineered. And I think I was looking for that word. I'm glad I found it. But I didn't want to be over-engineered, because
like,
then
it's not
it loses
produced.
some of the passion.
Yeah.
It loses some of the authenticity for me. And I want to be where I'm at my best. And that's creating something from the heart with, like you said, a loose idea, but also just letting the spirit of the music flow through me and flow through it.
That's cool. You talked about doing the affirmations and the music that go along with the affirmations. How do you combine the two?
Yeah, so I'm big into personal development, and what I do is I'm always working on aspects of myself that I want to improve, and in touch with different anxieties or insecurities. And part of that, just being in tune to how that resonates in my body, and literally trying to put pitches to how I'm feeling, and putting transformational piano music to new affirmations that are like antidotes for some of those anxieties. So not only am I working through it with affirmations that I'll repeat or that I will say as I exercise, but I'm also understanding kind of the musical and sound frequency that kind of correlates to the troubleshooting I'm doing with these affirmations.
That's cool. That's incredible. Have you ever done anything with that, like release wise, or like, do you have any ideas of what you're going to do with that?
Yeah, so I have a book series that the first volume is coming out. It's called Affirmations for High Achievers. This first one's called, obviously, Volume 1, and it's based on success. So the full title is Affirmations for High Achievers, Volume 1, Success. Manifest big dreams through 160 affirmations and corresponding piano compositions. And that's coming out on October 3rd. And I have several more volumes in the works focused on different aspects of life and potentiation of different elements in your life. And the general theme is that I identify, and I think a lot of people identify, as someone who is achieving or trying to achieve, or a high achiever, and trying to optimize your emotional and mental state for achievement, but also realizing you're worthy of love and good things beyond accomplishments. So it's my journey through self-betterment, kind of played out in music and played out on paper. And I'm just sharing it with the world as a blueprint, hopefully to help some people.
That's awesome. You had mentioned something about there was some kind of show that goes along with that, or some kind of performance that you tied into it, right?
Yeah, I have some release shows coming up for the book release. On October 3rd, I'm playing at the Gem in Spring City. I'm doing an opening set where I'm playing what I call a companion album. It came from the same spirit, my 5th album, Reflections on Inner Transformation. And those are 16 pieces, all different elements of life, of character, like courage. And that's one of them in there. Also, Human Connection is another one of the piece titles. And I'll be playing that album as an opening set for my band, The Break Rooms, show at the Gem on October 3rd, the day it releases. I also have a book signing and concert event at Barnes & Noble on November 1st. And that's going to be Barnes & Noble in Exton. So yeah, some different things that I'm workshopping. I'm trying to workshop some different assemblies and some other ideas too with that. So it's really cool to see different visions with the music and the writing and the mental health advocacy come together and to try to integrate them. So it's been really gratifying to see that start to come to fruition.
That's awesome. Even just like the Barnes & Noble tie-in is really cool. The fact that like you were able to get a show in a Barnes & Noble is cool to me.
Yeah, a lot of it's just having the tenacity to just send emails and get told no a bunch of times, to get told yes once out of 100. And it's funny because like I'm used to that in music because that's what I do. That's my main part of my career. And I also like help other musicians get shows. I love that part. But with my book, it's a little bit more vulnerable because I'm just starting out. It's my first one. So hearing the no's at first, it can be a little bit trying to be like, well, I got to keep persevering, but I don't know, is this going to be accepted? And thankfully I've been getting some good momentum with that too. So that's been getting me into a good flow.
That's awesome. Well, Joe, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. You reaching out after the last session you were here. It was a lot of fun having you on. I always love doing the instrumental ones because I don't know what it is. Whenever I'm listening to an instrumental song, my brain is able to relax and enjoy it more because I'm not trying to process any lyrics or anything. So the instrumental side is just so much fun to be involved with on these. So thank you for coming out.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Is there anywhere specific that they can find you, keep up with you? Obviously, like Instagram, Spotify, anything like that?
Yeah, so all the streaming platforms, and then I post daily content at Joe Kenney Piano on Instagram, at Joe Kenney Piano on YouTube, as well as TikTok. I'm on Facebook, and then my official site is joekennypiano.com. And then the band I mentioned, where I'll bring in different players to enhance the sound, that's joekennyband.com.
Nice. Well, we already have something scheduled in the future, so we'll see you again. But I'm going to have links to all of Joe Kenney's stuff down in the description for his solo stuff specifically. Yeah. thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again for coming on. And until next time.